All right. Um, Trader Tuesday was thinking a little bit out here on my run, a little bit about um drawdowns, psychology, and how to deal with them. One of the things that is hard about trading to begin with is you're a fool to think that you will never take losses in this business. You'll never be able to pick tops and bottoms, and you will always have losses. One thing, an analogy that people throw out, and I like to use it because it's true. Batters in baseball are in the Hall of Fame if they're batting or they're making outs 70% of the time. You can do that in trading, believe it or not, and make money. Um, how is that? Well, you lose less than you win. Now, with that being said, you can also go through periods of failure, drawdown, and loss, and that's part of the biz. So, how do you deal with it? How do you get over one loss, multiple losses, and how do you deal with it? One of the things that you always have to ask yourself is, what went wrong in the trade? Was it in the course of do business and you just were wrong, took your stop where you said you would? Were you over trading, under trading? Were you uh, behaving in a way that was ego based versus logical and decision, not emotion based? Morning. What's going on in your personal life? Is that affecting the trade? These are honest questions that you have to ask yourself before you can move on. If you can't answer them, if you can't just say, oh, it's a bad trade, made a bad decision, the loss came where I wanted, move on next. If you're trading too big, if you're trading with something going on in your life that maybe you should have taken a break from, you really got to be honest with yourself. You really got to check yourself. And these are the types of things before you can move on. You may need to take a break, whether it's half a day, take some time and step away from the screens. And I say this because it's a hard business. Trading is difficult, and you can make it harder by over trading, by under trading, by letting things that are going on in your life get in the way of the business, and it is a business. So I guess the bottom line here is, how do you get over drawdowns? Look at your strategy, see if it still applies to the current markets. If it starts being wrong over and over again, you might have to question it. But if it's working generally over time, then just stick with it. Go get right back in there. But some of these things happen over time, and you've got to be able to address, why did it happen? And if you can't answer that, it's probably time to take a break for half a day, a week, 2 weeks. Take some time. The markets will always be there. So how do you get over a drawdown? Depends on what type it is. So define it, and then go through execution. Did you do what you said you were going to do? Did you trade the right size? Why? What is the reason for being in the trade? And then get back in there. Get right back in there. It's the same as anybody in a batting slump. It happens, and it will happen in this business once or twice a year, even typically. So get used to it. Understand the reasons. If you can't, take time off, and if everything's lining up, get right back in there. Take the next pitch. So that's our Trader Psychology Tuesday. How to accept and deal with the drawdown. Figure it out. You'll be okay. Hard business, but pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get back into the batter's box. You're next. A batter, swing batter.